Hello, dear listeners. I'm your host, Shikha Singh. Welcome to the Itch and Scratch Show, the podcast that is a fusion of inspiration and self discovery. I hope you're ready to scratch that itch and reignite that spark in both your personal and professional lives. I am so excited about today's topic. This is actually our fourth episode of the Itch and Scratch Show. I am so excited. Okay, as I was answering the questions on my AWS exam, which by the way I passed last week, yay, my mind began to wander. And somehow I started imagining a beach, warmth, sunshine, and palm trees. And I know it's weird, but that's when I knew what my next topic for the podcast is going to be. So today's topic is titled Beyond Borders: Why You Should Be in Your Travel Era. Imagine this. It is warm, 24 degrees Celsius, or 75, 72 Fahrenheit, clear blue skies. There's a sweet breeze. The palm trees are swaying. You're walking towards the beach. You're barefoot. You can now feel the sun, the warmth, and slowly you start to feel the sand in your toes and the cool breeze in your hair. You close your eyes, you take a deep breath, and you take it all in. You're feeling all these things, and now you slowly dip your toes in the water, and you get that feeling that life is good. Amazing, right? I know. What a feeling. If money weren't an issue, I'd always be traveling. This topic is absolutely one of my favorites, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm one of those people who absolutely and hopelessly falls in love with a new place, and I'm always trying out new cuisines. I'm up for meeting new people, visiting new cities, and getting to know different cultures. For the last three episodes, I know we've talked about how you need to carve out time of your busy schedule and make an effort to do things that you love. Well, today I want to inspire you to take a break. I want you to travel. I want you to feel that breeze. It doesn't have to be a beach, but somewhere where you can just relax and look forward to not doing anything, not thinking about responsibilities, chores, anything. Like, just relax. I want you to just feel your mind without a to do list. I know it feels like a dream, right? But you can do it. So, let's get you inspired today and get you in your travel era. Here's a quote from Mark Twain that I absolutely love. Travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow mindedness, and many of our people need it sorely on these accounts. Broad, wholesome, charitable views of men and things cannot be acquired by vegetating in one little corner of the earth all one's lifetime. Now that's deep. I have met people who have never stepped out of their city or state that they grew up in. And I've also met people who have traveled a lot of countries, visited many cities. And I'll tell you one thing, these people who have traveled vicariously, they just glow differently. You can make out the way they talk, the way they act, their level of comfort. It's so obvious when they are outside their comfort zone because they've been there, they've done that. And when they speak, their experience shows that yes, this person has traveled many countries, they've seen things, they've met different people. Another interesting quote that I found about Anita Desai, and she was the one who wrote it in one of her books, was that wherever you go becomes a part of you somehow. And I can vouch for that. When you travel to a different place, you actually get outside of your comfort zone and you're forced to think differently. And you learn new things, you learn new cultures, you get curious to know about different cuisines, different traditions, the way the people think, act, behave, do, everything. You are forced to think differently and see things from a different perspective. And if you like something from your visit, you get back home and you kind of try to incorporate that into your daily routine or maybe on the weekends. One example that I can give is from my trip to Nicaragua. I had been to a yoga retreat, and I can tell you that feeling of waking up in the morning, having just coffee, and then doing yoga for 90 minutes. And as you see the sun rise, that breeze, that calm, peace, quiet, it just is so refreshing and it gets you through the day no matter how packed your day is. I loved that feeling. And then in the evening, we had this yin yoga where it wouldn't be as challenging as the morning session. So you would be forced to relax, a lot of breath work. And it was super relaxing. Like if you had an extremely busy day or you were super tired doing tons of different things from your to-do list, if you did this session, you would be so relaxed and you would get that yummy feeling. It wouldn't feel like a workout, but you would literally feel relaxed from head to toe. And I loved that feeling. I wanted to incorporate that in my daily routine. And lo and behold, I came back, spent a few months just trying to figure things out. And then in the end of December, I decided to do 75 hard. And I was shocked to see that I actually ended up choosing yoga more than any other workouts. Today is actually the 60th day of my 75 hard challenge. I have done yoga way more times than any other exercise or any other form of exercise in these last 60 days. And I love that feeling because in all the classes, in all the sessions that I took for yoga, I somehow wanted to get that feeling that I felt in Nicaragua during that yoga retreat. And the other thing about travel is when you've had a certain experience, you get back home, you're talking to your colleagues, you're talking to your friends or your relatives, and when the discussion revolves around this particular place that you've been to, your face just lights up. You somehow are transported back to that time, that vacation, that 3 days or 2 weeks or 1 week, and you live that experience all over again. I mean, yeah, not all experiences are going to be fun, but it doesn't hurt to think about the happy things once in a while. And I know now you're going to start with your excuses saying, Shikha, I have a full-time job, I have kids, I have family, I have responsibilities, I have chores, I have mortgage, I have my car loan, I don't get leaves, I cannot afford to go on a trip, the flights are expensive. So, to those kind of people who have a lot of excuses, I knew that I needed to work hard to convince you guys. So I did some research and I got some scholarly articles. So for those of you who need a little more convincing, I have proof. There have been multiple studies that talk about the benefit of traveling, especially to your mental health. And this particular study that I stumbled upon has proved that traveling rewires your brain. So, a psychotherapist with Mind Path Health, Taish Malone, says this study supports that restructuring your mind can be more helpful when your stimuli, environment, people, duties, and so forth change. There's another one that I found that was really interesting. Neuroscientist and clinical social worker Renetta Weaver says, looking out into that vast ocean can feel like a million miles away from the problems at home. Traveling out of the country can also help us shift our perspective and remind us that our problems are small compared to the largeness of the world. The world extends beyond our corner. Oh my God, that is so deep, but also 100% true. When you are in your comfort zone, it's often very easy to start complaining, to start nagging about things, and just, to become so absorbed in these four walls of your house that you hardly think about others, you hardly have time to think about what someone else is going through. And when you visit a different country, or when you visit a different place and you see that people are happy with the little that they have and that they have way bigger problems, you start to feel like you actually don't have that big of issues. Like your issues are so minimal compared to what they are going through. And again, I know you're going to say it's not cheap to travel, but I'll tell you what, travel doesn't have to be a luxury. I just wanted to spend time, money, a little money, not more, and just not think about any of the responsibilities or chores. It doesn't have to be an exotic place all the time. You don't have to break your bank to go travel. Choose places that give you peace, happiness, and choose places where you can relax. Mountains, beaches, deserts, tropical rainforests, islands, urban jungles, cities, downtowns, uptowns, lakes, whatever gives you happiness, wherever you feel peace, choose that as your destination. And then you do you. Anything works. But just try thinking of turning off your brain for 2 days. Start slow. Like, you don't have to go for a 2 week vacation or a month long vacation. Just start slow, maybe a weekend, or maybe Friday to Monday, or a week. You do you. I mean, whatever suits your schedule, your responsibilities, anything that would help you. So, the neuroscientist Renata Weaver also says neuroscience teaches us about the plasticity of the brain and the possibility of recovering the parts of a brain that we thought we lost. And traveling can lead to the release of dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin, which cause our bodies to heal and function well. Do I need to convince you more? I mean, if I was someone who was not into traveling and if I read this coming from a neuroscientist, I would definitely go and book my trip now, like this second. Which, by the way, I do very well. I take pride in organizing trip. Okay, travel can help us to remember what we are living for instead of forgetting what we have because we're busy in constant pursuit of what we don't have. I'm not saying this. The neuroscientist said that. Deep, deep, deep. I know. There was this another study that investigated the effect of vacation on employees' creativity. 60% of the sample experienced substantial improvement of their health and well being during and after a vacation. Again, this is from the article, so I'm just reading it for you. Travel experiences undertaken alone, as a couple, or as a family may be conducive to self reflection, and it encourages personal development and strengthens social relationships. There can be a lot of benefits from travel. I know it's not therapy, I know it's not going to directly affect you instantaneously, but there might be, I mean, not might be, there would be long term benefits to traveling. For 2 days, just imagine not thinking about what to cook, to clean, or to buy groceries or log in at 9 a.m., log off at 5 p.m., sit on calls, stare at a screen, just chilling on the beach, relaxing, this cool breeze. It's afternoon. You've had two margaritas and now your head's down reading this spicy romance novel. I know it sounds so relaxing and fun, right? But try it out. Do it for just a day or 2 days. There are a lot of benefits. First one, stress relief. A change of scenery and a break from your daily routine can impact your stress levels. Cultural exposure. When you travel, you are forced to learn about the culture of the people in that particular state, city, or country. Some things you might have to learn to avoid, and some things you might have to learn to do it in a different way. That forces you to see things from a different perspective. It broadens your perspective, and it also contributes positively to your mental health, adventure, and excitement. Now, I am someone who's always looking for a new adventure. For my 30th birthday, I did bungee jumping in Vancouver Island, and it was mind blowing. I could not think of a better way to spend my 30th birthday. Not every vacation has to be adventurous. Some can be relaxing. I will sometimes book an Airbnb in the middle of nowhere, drive 4 to 5 hours just to spend a night in a cabin where there's no electricity. You're sitting in front of the fire pit, stars above, talking to your friend, your spouse, or whoever, having a chilled beer, and just relaxing. No phones, no network, nothing. Amazing. Amazing. I cannot begin to describe how that feels. Quality time with loved ones. When you are not surrounded by distractions, that's the time where you can actually open up to your spouse or to your friend if you're going on a friend's trip and discuss things that maybe you wouldn't have if you were at your house because of the TV or friends or someone else or responsibilities or chores, whatever. I feel like travel gives you this time to just spend wisely. I know it's relaxing, but it can also be beneficial in tons of different ways where it enhances your relationship with the person that you're traveling with. And again, solo traveling can be amazing too. I went on my first solo trip last year in March to Arizona, and there was so much time to self reflect. And actually, that's when I decided that I want to be in my travel era. Although I did not have the idea of a podcast back then, but I did want to share all my experiences with someone somehow. That realization that yes, you could have done this, or you can do this, or you should try this, that's at a whole another level, and I would highly recommend you to try it. You can decide how much to spend, where to spend, and how to spend your money. And I would say there are definitely benefits to traveling solo, but also sometimes I feel like there are some places where you have so much fun when you have someone to share things with. So while solo traveling has its benefits, traveling with friends, spouse, family, relatives, or a group of like minded people, or just a poor group, anything can be super, super helpful. Maybe you make new friends that can last forever, like you meet new people who might offer you a job. Anything can happen. It's just limitless, but it all depends on these experiences that you choose to be a part of. And there's no other easy way of getting all these experiences other than traveling. I highly recommend this. And if you are someone who has never been to any other country or any other state or a different city for that matter, try it. Just break your routine, man, and just do it. You have to be with yourself and enjoy your own company. Just give yourself permission to feel amazing. And again, remember, you are not alone in this journey. We are all here to support each other and grow together. I hope I have convinced you enough to go on a trip. Just go book a weekend. For now, as we wrap up this episode, I encourage each one of you to reflect on the last trip or the last vacation that you took. I want you to think about the best moment or the best feeling that you got in that trip or that vacation, or during the time when you were outside of your own city, outside of your house. Just think about it, see how that makes you feel, and go book your trip. It's going to be worth it. Stop obsessing over materialistic things and start gaining new memories. I'm going to tell you to challenge yourself to get outside of your comfort zone and travel. Learn new things and meet new people. For once, try getting outside your zone and just take a break. As always, remember you're worthy, you're capable, and you are on a journey of continuous growth. Thank you for joining me on the Itch and Scratch Show. If you found this episode valuable, please share it with someone who you might feel might benefit from it. Don't forget to subscribe, and we hit 640 subscribers on YouTube. Yay! Thank you. Thank you to everyone who subscribed. Thank you to everyone who's been following me and listening to all the episodes. I see you and I thank you. Thank you so much. If you did plan your trip, let me know. I would love to hear all your updates. Follow me on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube. The podcast is available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and anywhere that you stream your podcasts on. I love, love, love seeing your reviews and your updates. Keep me posted. Until next time, keep growing, keep glowing, and love yourselves. I know that shows I'm a millennial, whatever. Cheers. This is your host, Shikha Singh, signing off. Thank you.